New short reviews. How's everybody doing out there? This week, Oliver Stone's Chasing the Light book. I just finished this up recently. This was a really good read. I'm a fan of Oliver Stone, so it's not exactly, unmarked territory that I was going to be trekking into. He talks all about his come up, and really just, Platoon, Midnight Express, Scarface, Salvador. Salvador is a very cool flick that's kind of nobody ever talks about. I got it with the box set, the DVD box set years ago. I think that's, I might have a VHS of it as well, but very cool. The book was a lot of fun, kind of hefty, not too hefty. Cruised through it, talked about his upbringing, him, when in Vietnam. Some of the stuff in there was very interesting. He's seen a lot of wild shit. And just the making of the films, getting kind of dicked around with producers and, started writing. It also talked about his earlier films, The Hand with Michael Caine, and before that, Seizure, which is like a very, I won't say a lost gem, but definitely a lost film. I got both of them on VHS, luckily enough, because I just kind of scoured and kind of got my hands on everything I could get from filmmakers that I appreciate. But this was a really good one. I always heard rumor of, Stone being kind of stoned a lot. I heard a rumor once of him being like his set was like, there was people on his set that one person handled cocaine, one person handled weed. That was later, and I don't think that's the case, really. I think it's just kind of the hype of him. But very cool book. Anybody out there interested in those films, or Oliver Stone in general, definitely, I definitely recommend picking it up. The only downfall of it that I really didn't like was just the fact that it really only covers the first half of his career, all the way up until Platoon, so to speak, and the success, and kind of when Salvador came out, and then Platoon followed up after. He juggles back and forth with Born on the 4th of July because he was trying to get that made for a while. A lot of interesting stuff, just dealings with other filmmakers. There's some Billy Friedkin stuff in here, just kind of the dealing with different writers, producers. Just hellacious, making movies, even at that level of, a couple mil. Some of the movies he was making were big picture stuff. But, my only gripe is I wish it had covered more films. So I actually hope there's a sequel in the future to cover the other flicks.